Hello!
Hi guys, right?
Hi.
What's up? Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Friday everyone, welcome to the stream again. We're live from Dan's house. Hopefully we won't get any dogs running in this time. Harassing us. So yeah, today what we're going to be doing is giving you guys a rundown on the new Ork book. We've got it here in front of us. Nice, shiny, fresh book. And it smells amazing.
Smells good.
I love the smell of a fresh book. And yeah, we're also going to be, I'll be discussing first upcoming tournaments and the fact that our tickets are on sale. So yeah, if you guys give us a like if you can hear us okay.
But this is, but welcome to Open the Vaults anyway. This is going to be, we've got this planned. This is going to be a weekly thing. We're coming to you guys every Friday evening. As you're all sitting down, putting the kids to bed, sitting down to do your hobby and stuff like that, you can tune in and just listen to us talk crap, really.
Basically, yeah.
Just rounding up the week. Doesn't have to be 40k. Just something cool that you've heard. Anything cool.
Yeah, we can
just geeky.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Any events you've been to, it doesn't have to be 40k. Age of Sigmar, Lord of the Rings. What else? Champions. The card games. I don't know what they're called. Shadespire. But yeah, like anything. Like we'll just chat about anything really. It's just a new thing we've got, a new idea. So we'll try and make it every Friday, but at least every week, even if it's on a Sunday or something like that, where we can all get together and just have a chat with you guys. So yeah, first of all, we're going to discuss about the upcoming tournaments. So we've got one in April coming up, which we've put on our Facebook event. So if you guys haven't checked it out, check that out now. Still writing the rules pack, so bear with me. There's a few things we're just waiting for, so like the address, the food, things like that. Just need to make sure that's all sorted, and the accommodation as well. Once that's all done, I can put that in the rules pack and send it out to you guys as soon as possible. But yeah, all our tickets are online now, so you can go onto our website. There's a link in the actual events page that you can click on. It'll go to the tickets. So yeah, tickets are on sale now. We've sold a fair few already. But yeah, we had a bit of an issue with the website and the
link went down.
The link went
but
down.
The link's back up now.
We've had issues with PayPal and all sorts, but it's all sorted.
Yeah.
I've been on the phone for hours just for you guys, so you can all get on there now and buy them all. So
the website also had a bit of an update while Dan was doing that. Bless him. So he is he's our local Uber geek. I mean, we're all geeks, but this is a techie geek.
Yeah.
So he managed to square that away. So thank you very much, Dan. And it's looking proper smart, at least from the
it's
phone.
getting there. I'm playing with all fancy bits that stick to the screen. And the way the blog's all laid out and everything. But I could sit there and play with it for hours. So I will be. It'll carry on improving. And it'll get slick.
I'll just switch that off. Just so we can see the. You're right, Luke. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
I did.
A bit cramped here. Got so many men. So big.
There you go.
So big. Get off me. Right. So yeah, that's the April's event. It's going to be a 120 man event, and it's in the University of Wolverhampton, but it's actually in Telford.
Yeah, a little confusing. It's the Telford campus of Wolverhampton.
Yeah. I originally put the Telford College, but I changed that. It's actually the Telford campus for the university, so that was just a bit of a mix-up. I don't think anyone's booked anything yet around there. It's all close.
But no, it's a really nice venue. I was only there today. All the canteen and everything that's really posh. It's gonna have a bar there. The great thing is as well, there's a really nice pub just down the road, and there is accommodation on site. That's actually there's accommodation on site which is actually it's really cheap for what it is. It's a really nice place, just really convenient for everyone. So.
Yeah, so people can just actually stay where we're running it, which is helpful, which I don't think many events in the UK actually do. So we're trying to make it quite all-inclusive as such, VIP standard kind of thing, to have people there drinking, partying, and there's a local bars nearby. But yeah, once that's all sorted, we can put that in the rules pack and let you guys know. So yeah, moving on then. I think that's everything to do with that upcoming event. We'll be having more events soon, but again, they'll be all posted up. We've got an Age of Sigmar one in January. The rules pack is just being done for that. And we've got a even bigger event planned for, is it June?
June-ish, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be after, but again, that'll be released closer to the time. So, yeah, main thing, what we're here for, is the Ork Codex.
Yeah.
And
it's got pretty much taken over the internet this week, hasn't it? This thing coming out, so we've got to go over it for you guys.
Yeah. We've
Ork Codex.
I mean, I've only really read it today. These lads had a practice game earlier. Manny played a horde against your little Necrons.
Against the poor Necrons, yeah.
Didn't do very well.
Still trying to make them work, guys. I'm still trying.
He's got so many Necrons. He's got to try. So yeah, obviously Manny's our resident Ork expert.
Wow. Expert.
So he's going to mainly be taking the lead with this. And then me and Dan are just going to sort of pick out a few things that we noticed that look quite jazzy as well, and just go ahead and discuss things that we like, things that we don't like, maybe strategies that we can see and how a list might look. But if you guys have any questions about the Ork Codex, I know not everyone has it because is it actually released now to the public?
It's released tomorrow.
It's released tomorrow. So
that's how current we are.
Yeah. So we've actually got the book right in front of us. Not everyone has seen it. So if anyone has any questions on it, please ask. Obviously we can't go over points, values and things like that live, but any description of rules and things like that we can check for you. So feel free to ask. But yeah. Luke's asked when the tickets for the Age of Sigmar event go up. That'll be soon. Hopefully within the week. But yeah, just keep an eye out on our page and it will pop up there. So yeah, where do you want to start, Manny?
So, obviously let's just start right at the beginning of the rules section of the book. So the abilities that like you get as an army are pretty cool. So Here We Go has changed. So Here We Go used to be you can re-roll charges for like pretty much all of your Ork units, but now you can re-roll one of the dice if you want, rather than all the dice in the
Really
charge.
helpful.
You can re-roll any of the dice that you want.
It's a slight change, but it's such a big improvement.
Huge. And mob rules pretty much exactly the same, which is really good. Always has been good. And then a new rule is Daka Daka Daka. So it's a new rule for literally that's just army wide pretty much, and you don't have to be for a certain culture to have that. Every culture gets that. It's just every time you roll a 6 to hit with a ranged weapon, that weapon auto hits. It's like it doesn't matter if the thing you're shooting is -3 and Orks can't normally hit it. If you roll a 6, you auto hit, and you get an extra shot. Yeah, you got to hit with the extra shot again on a 5 or a 6 probably because you're Orks.
I think the 6 always hits. I think they're going to spread that out over every army.
Yeah,
I don't think that's just going to be an Ork thing.
Yeah,
I think come chapter approved, that'll be.
I think the Ork part of it is you get an extra shot when you roll a 6.
Oh yeah,
I think that's the Ork part of it.
I know Age of Sigmar has 6s always hit. It doesn't matter of any modifiers.
Oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure they do. I don't know whether in the new version they did. I'm pretty sure in the old version on a 6 to hit, it's always hit. So
it should be the same.
They might bring that over, but we'll see. I really like that rule mainly because Orks have a lot of shots. They've got units with anywhere between 30 to 60 shots, and although they're hitting on 5, some units hitting on 4s, some can even hit on 3s, which we'll go into in a minute. Rolling a 6 is quite easy, I'd say, with that many dice, especially for him.
The 6. The 5 up in ones are the way. Oh man, these 5 up in ones are so annoying.
Average, guys.
Average for him.
Average. You pass 11 on like 15. Average.
Yeah, to leave one boy alive, so you can then
bring the whole unit.
Bring the whole unit
back. Got tired of traitors.
So just as expected, that obviously happened in our game.
Yeah, that was quite hilarious.
Yeah.
I found it amusing.
Average. It was average, okay, guys.
Expected.
It's repeatable. It will happen again next game.
Full result.
So yeah, those are like the army-wide rules. Now, I'm gonna go to one thing which I really don't like about the book.
Okay.
One thing that I really don't. I think
the worst.
I think this is the worst thing in the book.
Okay.
I think it's the worst thing in the book.
Controversial.
So they've taken away your different options for your characters.
I
think that's the worst thing in the game. So, a war boss, guys, check it. The only profile for the war boss now is a war boss.
War boss.
That's it. Before you could take a war boss on a bike. Can't do that anymore. Just a war boss on foot. You can't even take a war boss in mega armor anymore.
What?
So your war boss is not going to stand toe to toe with anyone.
Oh no, Big Mac.
That's it. Just a war boss. That's the only
It's
profile.
Because they haven't got a
They don't sell a model, yeah.
That's it. So you can't even take your war boss in mega armor anymore. So it means if he gets into combat,
bloody put my arm.
if he charges, he will wreck stuff. But if he gets charged, pretty much any character in the game will kill him because he's only got a 4-up save.
Has he not even got a vulnerable?
Nope.
Kevin, you can use the index, if you're playing with your mates or anything, but a lot of tournaments nowadays, I know ETC, just as a general, they don't allow you to use index entries.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. I know some tournaments like the ITC events, or like the ITC events, don't mind using index. But I think the idea behind codexes is they're trying to move on from index. Index is something that they've released, I think, rather quickly, just to get everyone the new rules for 8th edition. They had to update everything because everything had different stats and all that stuff. Whereas codexes are meant to be like, this is what you can use. But I get that people, they did release that chart to allow you to use odd units.
Yeah,
But
you do end up, I think, if you start using index, these little loopholes, you're opening the game up.
Yeah.
Because they've written the codex and they've thought about the rules and stuff for the units in the codex.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't say they've
it's
thought
just
about the rules.
you know what I mean?
They've tried.
They've played one test game with the units that are in the
with
book.
the units. Yeah, that's it. So I think if you want a war boss, which is actually quite resilient and can hold his own, you have to take Ghazghkull.
Yeah.
There's no war boss can hold his own. Basically, only a Ghazghkull can. But then on the other hand, one of the best things I think in the book is the war boss on foot, because you can tool him out. So there's a relic that you can take. If you put the relic on that guy, and then because we don't want to give too much away because Codex isn't out obviously till tomorrow. So if you put this relic on the war boss, and then you give him a certain warlord trait, and then you cast a certain power on him.
They can know the relic and the warlord.
Those are all.
Okay. They can know that. Yeah. Go through it.
Those are
basically he has your war boss has 4 attacks. And then you can cast a power on him, which will give him another 2 attacks and another 2 strength. The only thing that we're unsure about is the strength says it pluses 2 to your strength characteristic.
Yep.
So is that the strength on your profile, or is that the strength after it's already been doubled by a claw?
I would say your characteristic is the one on your profile.
The one on your profile.
That's how I read it.
Because your wounds characteristic means that.
If it just said +2 strength, I'd say you have to double it, then you just add the strength.
Yeah.
But because it specifically says +2 strength to your profile, I'd say he becomes strength 8. And this is a psychic power that gives him +2 strength, right?
Yeah, +2 strength and +2 attack.
Yeah.
So he'll have 6 attacks, and then he'll be strength 8. So if you give him the relic claw, it times his 2 to his strength. So he's strength 16.
The killing claw.
Yeah. So he's strength 16, and then this claw doesn't do any minuses to hit like the normal ones. So he hits on 2s. Your warlord trait makes him reroll 1s. So he basically gonna hit with everything. And if he's a goth, then on 6s give him extra attacks. So he'll get like 6 attacks, but he'll get like 7 hits. And then he will wound on 2s, even against Imperial Knights.
Yeah.
And his relic claw gives him rerolls to wound. So you're gonna get 7 wounds again. Then it's -3.
Weren't you saying that your warlord trait, the one warlord trait you could take, was to +1 to your damage?
Yeah. So he's
So
got
Yeah, that's the
4
same
damage.
warlord trait.
Yeah.
It gives you reroll 1s to hit with your melee weapons.
and +1.
And +1 damage
Just
to your
both of them?
yeah.
Why?
So
I
he
was
does
gonna get
flat
to that.
4
So just flat
damage.
4 damage, yeah. He's -3. So say he gets 7 wounds on Imperial Knight, -3. You'll save 1 6 up.
Yeah.
6 wounds will go through on Imperial Knight, and that's 24 damage. That's an Imperial Knight dead.
By
So,
an 80-point war boss.
Yeah.
If you're feeling really ballsy, you can charge 2 Imperial Knights, you can kill one, then the other one will kill you, and you can use a stratagem to fight when you die, and kill the second one. So you're an 80-point war boss, and you can kill 2 Imperial Knights.
1,000 points.
Yeah.
Imperial Knights.
So I think that's
War
what,
bosses like that.
I mean that's probably the best thing.
That is
It's
a
insane.
great
Yeah,
combo.
he's
It's a
amazing.
great
I mean, you think
combo.
Smash Captain is bad. Okay, Smash Captain to do that turn 1. This guy can do it in turn 2 or 3, but it's
Yeah.
like 40 points less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he, like a Smash Captain, will do like 6 to 12 wounds on the night.
This is keeping up.
So a Smash Captain, it does between 6 to 12 wounds
yeah,
on the night. He will have to fight twice to try to kill the knight, and even then it's iffy. But this guy should kill a knight in one go. But him fighting twice should almost definitely kill a knight.
The thing is, even if he goes,
That's the great thing.
So like we were rolling it a few times, me and Manny, because I was like, nah, this can't be right here. And I think 3 out of 4 or 5 times you kill the knight, and those 1 or 2 times is when either he gets unlucky or I roll 2 6s to save, right?
Yeah.
But even then, you die, you attack again, you put like 2 attacks on that knight to finish it off, and the other attacks on the other knight to pretty much cripple it.
Basically,
anyway.
if you want 100% kill it, the way to do it is because the powers that you take on your mech boys, on your weird boys, you'll always take the one which gives +2 attacks and strength to a character, but then your other power will be +1 attack to a unit, because you normally do it on a big unit of boys.
Yep.
But there's no reason why you can't do that on him.
No, it's a unit.
So then he'll have 7 attacks, and because you want him to be a goth already, stand him next to Gazgul, he'll have 8 attacks. So he'll have 8 attacks hitting on 2s with rerolls, and 6s will give extra hits. So he'll get like 9 hits, he'll do 9 wounds on a knight. Then even if you roll 3 6s on your saves, then you're still dead.
Even a Castellan's dead.
Yeah.
What's
That's it,
so?
man.
What about Gazgul? Is he any good or?
Yeah, Gazgul's still pretty good.
He does flat 3,
Yeah.
and his strength 12.
He went up a few points, but you can make him strength 16 as well with the power, and give him 7 attacks, 8 because of his own thing.
So how does he? Oh, with the power he has 7, 8 with the
8
thing,
with his own thing.
and then he can make.
So you can have 8 attacks.
Yeah, James Tierney's joined us. You're right, James. He's just said,
James.
man, he's 100% pitching a tent over that war boss.
That war boss is amazing. You got to take that war boss, man.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not has
awesome.
to take
It's
that
not
war
a
boss.
war boss. It's a war boss.
Cool. So, yeah, I think he's probably one of the best things in the book.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
For 80 points, you can't complain.
Yeah.
Very controversial. The worst and the best thing in the book.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I think it is.
Well, it's
yeah.
the worst. Like, it's an annoying choice because you can only take.
It's
that
the worst because normally you would have been able to take that guy
on a bike.
on a bike, and he
Oh,
can move
yeah.
like 14 inches with the new speed free draws and still charge.
So maybe
That's
we've come
why.
across the reason why you can't take a war boss on a bike.
I think
Yeah.
that's what the thing is. GW have tested these things without the index. As soon as you put the index in, you are, I think, stepping over the boundaries
Just,
and going.
yeah, that's exactly.
One
That's
annoying
it,
thing
right.
that I know that pretty much every Orc player will still hate, the same way that I do, is your fast-moving combat horde still only moves 5 inches, guys. That's not changed. You still only move 5
I
inches.
just can't see a space marine running faster than an orc.
Yeah, exactly. But you
That
know,
doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it's because they've got really little legs.
or a sister of battle. A woman in all that armour is running faster than your orc.
Hey,
and
Women can run just as fast as
and
men.
a Necron robot warrior with robot legs.
Take that back.
Tau Fishman is running.
Might be a
faster.
fish woman.
But yeah.
Fish
And
fluid.
then also, like the big mech, they've done the same thing with the big mech, so you can't take a big mech. Oh, but, oh, here's another thing as well. A bad thing about the big mech as well is you can't take a big mech on a bike anymore, but you can only take the big mechs that got models for, so the one with the shock attack gun and the one with mega armor. So you can't take your cheap big mech on foot with a custom force field anymore. You have to buy the one in mega armor
But
and then buy him a force
He
field.
only moves 4 inches, which is pretty big.
he only moves 4
So
inches.
trying to keep him within 9 inches of everyone that's trying to run across the board becomes a bit difficult compared to how it used to be.
Yeah.
Everyone was putting him on a bike with a big base,
Yeah.
easily keeping up with the whole army, straight at the front, and you can pre-measure that bubble wrap quite easily. Whereas now you need to roll quite high on his run, like a 5 or a 6, really, to even
So
keep up.
yeah, so the big mech is kind of like a bad thing, I think.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he slows your army down because people are going to be relying on him quite a lot.
That's it.
And that 9 inch bubble, and you're like, well, I can only move 9 inches in front of him. If I roll a 2 on his run, he moves 6 inches.
Yeah.
So-
But also, like as you turn the page over, weird boys are really good.
Yeah.
They're basically the same as before, but they're the rule that used to give them plus to cast for every 10 models around them. It's only to a maximum of +3 now. Still really good, but there's a stratagem, and you can use it during deployment or before the game, whichever one it is. It means you can use it as many times as you want. It means your weird boys can cast an extra power every turn, so they can cast the smites that everyone was using them for, and another power. I think that's really good.
Yeah, because their powers are really good now.
Yeah.
Another top tip. So you always take a war boss with the claw and the warlord trait. Always take 3 weird boys. Just always do it. They're smart because when you're getting +3 to a smite, you only need to roll an 8.
An 8. You need to roll
to
an
get
8.
the super smite off the D6. So, and they're dirt cheap
Just
for
adds
what
to
they
their-
do. And then you can cast the other really good powers that they've got now, and smite now for 3 CP. So well worth it. Just
you can jump
always stick
one
it in.
unit. You can
plus 2 attacks.
plus 2 attacks, plus
your
1
warlord,
attack,
plus
another
1 attack per
unit.
Yeah.
There's quite a few funky powers in there.
There's some really good
Is
ones.
there anything else interesting?
The Death Killer War Trike. That is pretty damn awesome in my opinion. So he is basically your equivalent of a war boss on a bike now. He's not as good as a war boss would be on a bike in combat, but he's still pretty good. He can hit almost as hard, and is basically crew on a trike. But I think the best rule that he's got as well is the speed war. So like your war boss gives war to all your infantry, so they're called advance and still charge. So this guy, the speed war, he lets all bikers and vehicles charge after advancing. So all your trucks and battle wagons can advance across the board and still charge. That is amazing.
Big thing to notice as well is it says, I don't know how you guys think of this, it says clan biker units or vehicles.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say.
So
it doesn't say clan biker.
vehicles.
Yeah, but it doesn't say
Yeah, but it
clan
doesn't say
biker and
clan
clan
vehicle.
vehicle. It just says clan biker and vehicle, so it can be a vehicle
So
of
I
any.
read
No,
that
it's still as
as-
a clan vehicle because you can say the same for anything. You know, it's things.
Clan biker and clan vehicle would have cleared it up.
Yep.
I think loads of stuff has that. In
I
any
think so.
codex, it references multiple stuff, but you've got the clan at the beginning. What are you trying to say? That they can't...
I'm trying to say that you can have a
Freebooters
freebooters
Death Killer War Trike
and
and a vehicle that's Goth can use.
If
it.
it's got-
No. It's definitely the clan one. That you
I
can,
think they might FAQ that, but I think until they do, I think you could read that 2 different ways. That's the way I was reading it last night.
Yeah.
Luke's asked, would that work with the big walkers? Is that walker a vehicle?
Walkers with what?
Yes, the big walkers, the
The
Gorkanauts.
Gorkanauts, yeah.
Yes, they do work with those.
And a really cool thing, guys. So I just it was a thing that I noticed when I played Dan earlier on today. So Gorkanauts are normally really slow because they have an 8-inch move, so they don't normally get there. But I took a Gorkanaut today because they're really good. They get like 18 attacks in combat and stuff like that. But so one awesome thing about it is you now have a teleporter, so you can deep strike essentially a unit that's 20 power level or less for 2 command points. And I think the Gorkanaut's like 15 power level or something like that. So you can deep strike your Gorkanaut 9 inches away, and then there's a stratagem for Orks that lets a vehicle in your army charge 3d6 inches.
Yep.
So you can deep strike 9 inches away from your opponent with a Gorkanaut and make a 3d6 charge. And I believe a Gorkanaut has the here we go rule, just like all the other infantry. So it can re-roll all of the dice or any number of the dice when making its charge roll. So it should pretty much be guaranteed that 3d6 charge. So you can make your Gorkanaut get to combat now.
Basically, you've got
Always,
a
pretty much.
mini knight smash captain.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really fun finding that out.
It's great. Yeah, so I think that's a really good thing as well. Gorkanauts are pretty good now that you can deep strike them and get them into combat with a 3d6 charge.
Really good, yeah.
So that was covering the war trike, but we went on to
Yeah,
something
and now we
else.
got troops.
No, you've got the Badrock as well. He's alright.
Yeah, Badrock's pretty cool. He's
Captain's
the-
Badrock.
He's
he's
the
the
pirate
Flash
orc.
Gits one.
Trying to bang the table too much. It's shaking the camera.
He's the Flash Gits guy. So Flash Gits are really good, but they're very dear for their points now, man.
I was shocked when I read it.
Their rules have gone really good, but their points...
I think for their points they're good.
I-
If they shouldn't
For
be
their
any
points, you know
cheaper.
how many points they are?
30 points.
For an
they're the
orc,
same points as a Shining Spear, which moves 3 times. And
Yeah,
so
you
yeah,
can't-
Alex.
You can't compare them anything to a Shining Spear.
So basically, they're way over points.
I think 30 points for an orc. for an orc model.
Oh yeah, so basically
It's
they're
crazy.
an orc shooting unit.
No,
they're an
they've
orc
got-
shooting.
They've got 2 rooms.
They're an orc shooting
No,
unit.
let's go on to Badrock, and then we'll go on to them in a minute.
They're 5 points less than a Dark Reaper.
Dark Reapers suck anyway.
Okay, yeah. So Badrock basically helps them out, but you're only ever going to take like 1 unit of them in your army because they're so expensive. So you pretty much won't take Badrock. He's just
it's fine.
Yeah,
Boys?
I think he's good,
Yeah.
but not a must-have.
Oh yeah, he didn't shine out to me.
if they were 20 points each. If they were 20 points each, you take 3 units of them.
I'd
You
say-
take Badrock, and
Yeah.
I'd
yeah,
say
they would cause some pain.
they'd be well undercosted then. 25, I think, is fair.
Basically, troops.
Basically,
Gretchen are alright. They're really cheap, 3 points a model, but they do nothing. They're 1 attack. They're strength 2. They're
cheap battalions.
Hey,
That's what Gretchen is.
wait a minute. Have you seen this rule?
you add 1 to hit rolls when there's more
They
than 20
add
of
1
them.
to hit rolls when there's more than 20 of them.
Yeah.
And you can take a unit of 30. So you have 30 Gretchen. How many points are they?
Oh yeah, and then they hit on
90
threes
points.
with their grot blast.
Their Grot Blasters hit on 3. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, so
Wait. Think about this, right? A Space Marine that's been training all his life hits on 3s. But because Gretchen, there's 30 of them, they're like, yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, no,
I can all of a sudden brat you really
No,
well.
that's not what they're saying. It's the same because there's loads of them. There's enough of them shooting that many shots that some of them are hitting
They get
quite
1
well
shot
because they're
each.
firing so many shots.
Ah,
You know.
rubbish.
Basically, yeah, but they do nothing. That's the thing.
Surprisingly dangerous in large numbers.
They're toughness 2.
One
got a
Marine
6
should
up
be able to-
save. They're-
One Marine should be able to kill all of them, but he never does. He gets blatted. And they've got Daka, so you just get extra shots at 6.
But think about it. It's strength 3, 12-inch
No
range.
one's gonna shoot them.
If a grot gets that close to something, it's dead.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Having 90 points on the check,
Alex, you
got
talk some
30
shit.
guys. You'll be like, I can't go near them. They'll kill 1 scout. You got 5 scouts, so you're like, I can't get his backfield. 30 Gretchen that'll actually kill me.
Welcome to 40k.
What? They shouldn't be able to. The fact that they can actually do something, come on, you have to admit, it's pretty funny.
You got to think about the other troops that people have got, man. A guard is 1 point more than that,
Yeah, they're crap.
and guards are awesome.
Oh guardsmen, yeah, with the rapid fire 4 gun.
Yeah, and cultists are 1 point more than a Gretchen. And a Gretchen does nothing. It's 1 strength less, 1 toughness less, like 2 save worse, and
Put me-
movement 1 movement less. They move 5 like everything else in the bloody book. Yeah, they're just pants.
Yeah, don't take Alex's advice and take 30 of them. Just take 10.
Take
Yeah, take 3 units of 10
Take 3
and get
units of
command
10.
points in your army. That's
These
what you
two,
do.
they don't know anything. I'm the one that writes a list.
Exactly. Yeah, if Alex
Listen to
writes you
me.
a list with 30 Gretchen in, then we'll give you your money back.
James will have you know I definitely shoot like a grot.
Boys are pretty much exactly the same as they were before, but they've gone up a point, which
I think that's mainly
Yeah.
to put into the fact that they've got Daka and chapter tactics.
It's
quite
every
a lot.
other army gained chapter tactics, but none of them went up in points. They're core troops, so just want to point that out.
Yeah, but you still get 30 in a
Okay,
squad.
put it this way.
They've got a lot of special
Basically, you can
rules.
add the buffs to them, and that makes them good. But you're buying loads of characters to do so, which makes them even more expensive. But
They
as
naturally-
base, I believe, how many points a Marine done? 13.
Yeah.
So 2 boys is more than a Marine
But so
with a
much,
6 up arm save.
so much better. So much better.
With a 6 up arm
Yeah,
save.
but they don't. They have a 6+ fin of pain, 5+ invulnerable.
But do you not think that's about right, though? Oh, no, I think that's about right.
Oh,
I
okay,
think Games
a
Workshop's
boy-
trying to move away from the whole
Oh,
horde mechanic.
It's yeah.
You gotta,
So-
I mean, you got to think about it the right way, though. A boy is the same points as a fire warrior,
You don't compare it like that though. You compare
which
it
has
to
got 2
what-
better arm saves. Going to kill it from range. You'll never get there.
Yeah, but that's
I'll kill a few.
more a point of fire warriors are ridiculously undercosted.
No, they're
Boys
not.
are. They are.
Leave the fire warriors out.
Fire
of this,
warriors are
right?
silly for their points.
They're not.
They've got heavy bolters.
Yeah, they're basically like heavy bolters.
Only when you're
They're running fine with heavy bolters.
For
And there's 7 points.
Flatting every bolt around.
Basically,
Yeah, but in combat, they're Gretchen.
boys are quite expensive now, but it's because you can stack the buffs on them. But then to stack the buffs on them, you need to buy all the right characters, which have also gone up in points because you can't take them the way you used to before. So,
You know, it'd be kind of nice though to see
You're
an
gonna see a
Ork
lot
army
less.
without 150 boys.
it would be. It would be.
So
I think there's
Let's go with
there's
that.
probably a few builds in there.
I think
which
you
are
can.
decent.
The great thing about this book is, I mean, I haven't read everything. I've just gone over it with you guys, obviously before this. I can see a few builds already.
Yeah, I can see a few different
There isn't,
builds. There's a
there
few
isn't a
different ways you can do
standard
it.
way
Yeah.
of.
There's a few really good things in the book, so there's a few different lists that even I want to try out, but I think there's a few builds you can make, but I think all of the builds are good, but none of the builds are amazing. That's
No,
it, like, I don't
Your
think,
term
I
for
don't
amazing
think, I don't
is
think
broke.
No, I don't think
It's
they're top
not
tier.
broke.
I don't think Orks are like among the top 3 or 4 armies.
well, they're not Eldar, are they? But hopefully Eldar
Nothing's
won't
Eldar.
be Eldar.
The thing
for
is, they're not
long.
on like Eldar level or Tau level or
Since when did Tau have a level?
or the soup level or something like that.
Who's
so.
won a tournament with Tau?
Well, at Glasshammer, in the like on the top 5 tables in like the last
was
2
what?
rounds, there was like 2 Tau players,
Who?
8 Eldar players, and 1 Super player.
Who was playing Tau on the top tables? I didn't
Bob.
see.
Eric Hogan.
He was on day 1. Eric
Yeah,
Hogan
at
was
the end
playing
of day
Dark
1, he was
Eldar.
on the top 5 tables.
Oh yeah.
There was
Who am I
yeah,
thinking
day
of?
1.
There
No,
was another
Eric
Tau
wasn't
player
playing
there.
Tau.
I didn't
There
see
was
a
another
Tau
Tau
player,
player.
yeah.
I can't remember.
So there was.
You're both
No,
shouting out your
no.
book.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what else was up there?
It was literally just Eldar Imperial Soup and Dark
There
Eldar.
was 1 Imperial Soup,
2.
and there was 1 Tau. So your
There
point
was,
is.
there was 2.
So there's 1. So Tau, Imperial Soup, and Eldar
Okay.
were the things that were on the top
Alright,
tables.
okay, we're
Yeah.
getting bogged down again.
Basically, so they're basically up there. They're an army that can compete, but I that's what I mean. I don't think Orks will be like a top table army. I think they'll be sort of like your mid table army. I don't think they'll stand up to Eldar very well because of the all day.
I think they're very similar to Knights in kind of ratings.
They're
Oh,
gonna,
yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
mess up the meta.
Yeah.
They're a 4-1 army out of
Yeah.
5 games unless you get good matchups.
I agree.
I think
Yeah, I
if
think,
you
yeah.
if you run
That's it, that's
into
right.
if you run into a good anti-infantry soup, for example, and you're running Horde, you're screwed. If you run into Eldar with double spear units, you're screwed because they're just gonna go back and forth, just killing you.
Yeah,
off.
that's the problem. Is they can go backwards and then you don't have enough move to catch them.
You can throw your
Basically.
units forward and just hope you make that charge, but even then, it's like they just move out of combat, shoot you.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's
Eldar's got everything.
I think it's a mid tier army, but
I think it's top mid tier. I still think it's a tier.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
so
I
for
think
me,
so.
like Eldar and Imperial Sub is S tier, and then you're at tier 1. I still think it's a tier 1 codex because it's going to catch, depending on the build you go for, I think it's going to catch people by surprise at least for the next few months.
Yeah.
Burner Boys are the same. Tank Busters are pretty much the same. I think
Knobs,
knobs
did they
are still not worth taking.
Well, even with all the buffs.
Yeah, a knob is the same points as 2 boys. He's got 2 wounds. The boys have 1 wound each. It's about the same.
But
you're losing attacks.
Marine, then.
Yeah, you're losing attacks.
So
basically.
pretty good then, right?
If you take a knob over boys, you're basically
I like
losing
Primaris
attacks.
Marines.
Now, Mega Knobs. So there's 2 ways of looking at Mega Knobs. Mega Knobs used to be like 54 points each or something like that.
Yeah.
Mega Knobs are now 35 points, fully kitted out. So
What?
they're
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the, So a Terminator's like 33 base, but a Mega Knob is 20 points base. With the Power Claw and the Custom Shooter, it's only 35 points.
Yeah.
And it's toughness 4 with 3 wounds and a 2 up armor save.
Yeah.
But
Like
I think
no
that's
vulnerable.
because it's got a 4-inch move.
Yeah, but you can jump them, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, they
Or
move.
put them in
jump-
trucks.
or
The thing is, they
teleport to them.
move 4 inches. Then with their Power Claw, they hit on 4s, unless you've got a War Banner next to them.
Which you would.
And they've only got 3 attacks each. So I mean, they're not going to kill hordes very well for you, but they're designed to kill big stuff. But then big stuff is the thing that's designed to kill them as well, because they're elite infantry. So Mega Knobs are like an in the middle type of unit. Like I want to run them and try them out, but I'm scared of running them and trying them
I think
out.
it could be a very good distraction unit. I think
Yeah, like
for
a
group
unit of 5 or
of-
something.
Because
Because it's
for
still
them to just turn
15
up in the centre of the table is a big.
15 wounds
I've
with
got
2
to
plus
deal with them,
save.
do you know what I mean?
Quite-
Because one reason why I really want to try them out is because before they used to be 165 points for 3 of them. Then you'd have to buy a 80-something point trucks that were well over like 250 points for 3 of them in a truck. Now 3 of them and the truck is like 160 points. So 3 of them with the transport is pretty good value.
Yeah.
So there'll be a cheap little runaround unit that holds objectives. They're pretty tough to shift off an objective. So
well, if they put them in
that's
cover,
probably the thing about
1+ saves.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Most of the stuff out there's -1 or 2 anyway, so they still get 2 or 3+ armor saves.
So they are pretty good for their points. That's one thing I noticed. They came down like 20 points each, which is really good.
Yeah.
So I think they're worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth a couple of them. Yeah.
But I think knobs on war bikes and normal war bikes all came down slightly.
I think they came down to like 24 points a bike, but I still think that's overcosted.
Yeah, knobs on war bikes are 38.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
It's the restrictions on movements for bikes, because bikes they don't fall into that category where they can go up ruins. They can't go through walls.
Yeah.
Do you know,
I tell you what, that's the
big
most
thing about
annoying thing
bikes.
is you play every table will have buildings or ruins that you can't. Well, yeah, even ruins you can't go through. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, you know, you saw even with my Thunderwolf Cavalry. Remember, you want to deploy them hidden, and then when you move them, they're
like,
so.
but on the other hand,
you lose like 7 inches of your movement trying to get around a wall.
But on the other hand, the war bikers are pretty good, like the normal ones, not the knob ones, but the normal ones, because there's something like 23 points. So I mean, like,
that's the same as a scout biker.
Yeah, but 9 of them with a power claw is like 210 points, something like that, and they have 6 shots a bike.
Yeah. And they can hit on 4s if you take the right.
And then they have 3 or 4 attacks each in combat. So they're a fast-moving unit, which is decent at shooting and decent in combat. So it might be worth having like 1 or 2 units of them in your army. I mean, the thing is, the great thing about them is they move 14 inches, and then if you make them evil sons, I believe,
you can't.
The speed freaks. They are speed freaks.
Oh, they are speed freaks, but you can take.
You can make them a clan.
Oh, okay, I thought
Speed freaks is like just another thing.
Oh, ability.
Yeah, but if you take them as evil sons, you normally get +1 to your move and advance. But it's +2 to your move if you're speed freaks.
Yeah.
So they can move 16 inches, and advance, and fire normally, and charge after that if you have a war trike.
Yeah, but they're fast attack, and the helicopter is fast attack.
The Deathcopter.
Yeah. And that's just as fast. It's just as shooty, and it can fly through walls and buildings.
Where's Deathcopter?
Yeah, that's true. I suppose you'd
So why would you ever take them when you can just take a
It's just a shot.
Deathcopter's actually good because I remember them
Yeah,
being really
Deathcopter's
bad.
alright. They've had a points drop, and I think
But the thing is, you lose shots. You lose a lot of shots.
Oh, didn't a Deathcopter have 2 big shots?
Yeah, so like a Deathcopter has the same amount of shots. A Deathcopter's got 6 shots.
Yeah.
But a Warbike is half the points, just 3 points over half the points, and that's got the same amount of shots. So 2 of them is one thing. So you have double the shots if you take bikes. Yeah. Same wounds, but double.
Oh
the
no, it's not.
shots.
Isn't the copter thing like 5 wounds or something, or 4 wounds?
4 wounds, yeah.
Where is it?
So it's the same wounds as 2 bikes, but you lose half the shots. You get half the shots.
Yeah, I
Deathcopters.
think that movement's worth it.
They're 4 wounds. They get fly. They come with a twin big shooter.
So 6 shot big shooter.
Yeah. And then you can take rockets instead, which.
No, you don't want to take the rockets.
No, yeah, take the big shooters.
Twin big shooters. They're 40 points each with the twin big shooters, which isn't bad at all considering they auto advance 6 inches.
Yep.
And what, they have fly, do they?
They can deep strike as well.
Fly, but they're not bikes. Are they vehicles? So the war trike guy still gives them charging after advancing. So these guys automatically move 20 inches.
Yeah.
But
if they're speed freaks, they move 22.
They only have 2 attacks each.
Yeah, but they're quite good in
Oh, make D3
attacks
for each attack.
So they have 2 D3 attacks each. A strength 5 as well.
They're definitely worth the points. I would always take them over the bikers.
Yeah, okay. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. When you look at it, actually, Deathcopters, pretty damn good.
I love them.
Yeah.
And they're great looking as well.
4 wounds, 4+ save, so they're fairly durable with 4 wounds. So
when you think about it, as a quick one, if you make them evil sons, they get +1 to their advance and +2 to their move. So their move goes up to 16, and their advance goes to auto 7 inch. So they move 23 and shoot and still charge.
That's
with
mad.
no minuses to hit.
I don't believe they have minuses to hit because I think evil sons
treat assaulters. You don't get the minus.
Yeah,
if you advance.
If you advance, so yeah, Deathcopters, evil sons, Deathcopters
Really
with a war trike will be pretty good.
Really good.
not bad.
Ah, that's an interesting thing actually. Maybe
See, we're
something to take
learning
from
stuff
our
as we flick through.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Let's go over the new trucks. So you've got the Snaz. I like the names.
Yeah,
You've got the Snaz wagon, the Scrapjet, and the Dragsters. Or
and the booster
Dragstars.
blasters.
The what?
The booster blaster. You got a booster blaster.
Oh, is that one as well?
You got a shock jump dragster.
There's 4. I thought there's
5.
Yeah.
You've got a boomdacker snaz wagon, a mega track scrapjet, and then you've got the favourite name, Rucker Truck Squig Buggy.
So that's a lot more points by the looks of it. It's power level 7.
that's the rules for that. The Rucker Truck Swig Buggy is awful.
Yeah,
But it's worth taking just so you every game when you're explaining your army.
My Rucker Truck Squig Buggy. I'm about to use my Rucker Truck Squig Buggy.
So, in my opinion, the new things, they're good, but they're not worth their points. Like, I think there's stuff in the book which is better than them that you'd rather take, but they're fun. So if you want to do a fun army, they are pretty fun, and they can pack a punch. It depends how lucky you roll, but
if you get first turn with an army of those, it's huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll hurt quite a lot of stuff if
then,
you get first turn.
you're gonna get hurt. Yeah.
But they're roughly around the 100-point mark, all of them.
Yeah.
So some of them are 100 points, some of them about 110 points, but they're all around that. But personally, I think the best ones are either the custom booster blaster, because it basically gets 6 auto cannon shots, strength 7, -2 damage each. Either that one is the best,
but it's hitting on 5s. The grot gun only works on the blasters.
Yeah.
So
it's on 5s. So I mean, if you want to make them like if you want to take an army and you want them to be the good thing in your army, you would take them as the clan that rerolls 1s to hit with shooting. So you'd be hitting on 5s with your 6 shots, rerolling any 1s, and then any 6s would give you another shot.
Yeah.
So you get like 2 or 3 hits.
No, you should get 2 normally. So you get about 3 hits. You get extra shots.
Yeah.
You get 3 to 4 hits with a strength 7 -2 gun.
You would.
That's pretty good.
I'd get 2 hits.
So that one's
normal people.
I think that wagon is pretty good.
Got dice here. Let's find out.
And then the shock jump dragster, I think as well. Oh, look at that. Really ones.
2 hits.
And you got 2 extra shots. 5s to hit.
3 hits. There you go. I said 2 to 3.
I said 3. I said 3 to 4. Let's roll this out. Hold on, I didn't want.
Yeah, you got 1 extra. No, you
can't.
He always
just
does this.
re-roll
He
them.
just re-rolls.
Oh, he's just got
rolling
1
these
hit. We got 2 hits. We
So
got 2
basically,
1s
Manny
as well.
rolls until he gets what he wants.
See, and then we get 2 extra shots. 3 hits. 3 to 4. I said 3 to 4. That's fine. So yeah, the custom booster blaster is pretty good, but then also the shock jump dragster. I think that's probably
I looked at this and I thought, because I was talking to our resident DJ Anthony Chew. I think he's watching. Hello, Chewy.
Hey, Chew.
He said he liked the idea of them. Ran it past me, and I didn't seem pretty impressed. Especially when I saw their base size. I was like, well, you're deep striking that, but you've still got to think, like, if your opponent knows you're going to deep strike it, they just have to block the board and not the walls and stuff. So you kind of like got to deep strike, because they've got to move around it, right? So if you've got like a wall there, you just block like, I don't know, here, and the model's like back here or something. It has to like charge around that wall.
Oh no, that's not the point of it. It's not for charging.
Yeah, but it's teleporting all over the place. But because
it's the teleport and shoot.
But the base is so big, you're just going to push it back and back so easy.
So it doesn't need to teleport then. If your teleport's going to push it back, it'll just move forward 20 inches and then shoot you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I don't like the shooting.
It's basically not a combat one.
It's 2 shots, strength 8, -3, d6 damage, which sounds great.
But it hits on 3s.
It hits on 3s.
It's an orc melter that hits on 3s.
It's just 2 shots though on a 8 wound, 4+ save vehicle. Which
it's not amazing. That's what it's like. It's not amazing, but it's decent. I think it's only like 90 points.
Just take the guy on the
but
trike.
it's 90 points.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's what I mean.
Just don't take that. Just take the guy on the trike.
The new things are decent, but they're not
What's
worth
the guy on
taking.
the
There's
trike?
things that you take.
The war boss.
The war boss that we talked about.
Oh yeah, is he the same points?
No, he's 120. He's probably slightly more, but he's better.
He's pretty good.
He's alright. I mean, that's really. I mean, you got the Storm Boys. I mean, is there anything to talk about the other ones, the scrap jets or anything? I didn't really.
No, I think they're all okay.
The scrap jet's not bad. You get 2d3 strength 8 minus 3 damage shots, which is
but
quite
they're
nice.
hit on 5s though.
There's no way of. Yeah.
So you rather take the 2-shot one that hits on 3.
Gets wing missiles.
But then I guess this is pretty much a 4-shot one.
Well, it comes with a rocket cannon, 2 twin big shooters, and wing missiles, which is another shot. Add 1 to hit
like 5,
against vehicles. Subtract 1 against anything else.
So one of your shots hits on 4s.
The other 2 hits on 5.
And the 6s can give you extra shots.
2d3 shots. You're averaging 4 shots. There you go. I got 5. Do flat 3 damage. That's not bad. And if you make them the pirate clan, and you hit it with something else, they hit on.
No, you've got to kill something with something else.
Oh.
In that phase, so you've got to kill a whole unit with shooting, with freebooters, for that one to get +1.
Still,
it's only worth it if you're going to take like 3 Dakka jets, basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do. You take 3 Dakka
Dakka
jets.
jets are pretty cool now as well.
That can kill something small, and then that gets +1 to hit. Yeah. This one, Snazwagon. It's just mech special. It's just 9 shots, strength 5, minus 2.
1 damage.
Still.
It's basically a heavy bolter.
And big shooter, so it gets 12 shots. Yeah. Oh, it's got -1 to hit it, so it's more durable, but again...
Deathcopters are better.
Yeah. And then the Squeak Buggy, you've already said.
Easily the best model of the new releases.
Yeah.
Looks awesome, but
Yeah.
bit pants.
So the Megatrack Scrapjet's pretty good, I guess. But that's pretty much it. Like
I see him more jumping around grabbing objectives than going and killing stuff.
That's the thing. They're good, but they're not the best thing out there.
Yeah.
So, if you want to, basically, here we go. If you want to kill vehicles and things like that, instead of taking those, which are like 100 points each, you would rather take the next thing we're about to talk about, which is mech guns.
Yeah.
So you rather take tractor cannons.
Let's talk about probably the best thing in the Codex, in my opinion.
Oh, I think the Warboss is the best thing in the Codex.
So you go with the Warboss. I agree. I think the Warboss is awesome, but for other reasons, because I'm a gunline player. Whenever I see something that's better than a hammerhead for 45 points, it annoys me.
So a mech gun is pretty awesome. So the tractor cannon, which before wasn't too great, is now amazing. It's only 1 shot, but it automatically hits. So there's your answer to flyers. Orks couldn't play flyers before, but now Orks can play flyers. It's 1 automatically hitting shot, which is strength 8, -2 to your armour, and then does d6 damage. But I believe against flyers...
No, it's fly. The keyword is fly.
Against anything with the keyword
which is
fly...
50% of the meta out there.
Yeah, you roll 2 dice
And pick
for
the
your
highest.
damage. Oh no, it's an enemy vehicle that can fly. So if you shoot planes... Yeah, enemy vehicle that can fly. You roll 2 dice for your d6 damage and pick the
Not
highest
just
one.
planes, wave serpents.
Yeah, things hammerheads.
Yeah.
Custodes of vehicles?
No, they're not.
Or they're bikers?
They're
But yeah, things like that.
You're
Like
an idiot.
any hovering tank or hovering vehicle, repulsors, monoliths, all of the
Repulsors?
yeah, just anything that can fly.
Monoliths?
Anything that can fly.
Repulsors
How
was
many
the worst
pieces
thing
have you
to
had?
have.
What's the barge that all the
When
Necron players
was
take?
the last
What's the
time
barge that all the Necron
you
players
saw
take?
a monolith?
Doomsday Arts.
Oh,
Or-
that
or-
thing.
Yeah.
So Doomsday Arcs that every Necron player
Monoliths.
takes,
Yeah.
basically, or Hammerheads that every Tau player takes, or Wave Serpents that every Eldar player takes. What I'm trying to say is there's quite a lot of vehicles in the game that you'll be rolling 2 dice and picking the highest for on your damage, which is pretty good. But it's just the fact that it does d6 damage and it's strength 8, and it's an Ork gun that's auto hitting. That's
How
really
mad
good.
is that? Like, Necron's the most technological advanced race in the universe. Can't auto hit with anything. Eldar can't auto. Tower, a gun line, that's all they do is shoot.
That's why
They
it grated
can't
me.
auto
I was
hit
like,
with
why
anything.
is this thing auto hit?
Oh,
The
it's the
fact-
stupidest thing there is that has a gun that auto hits.
The fact that Grots hit on 4s anyway
It's
irritated
mad.
me.
Yeah.
You know, they're meant to be cheap because they're meant to be rubbish. You just take loads of them and say, right, I've got 5 of
No,
these.
no, 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 no.
At least I get 2 hits out of it. But no, they get auto hit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look at it that way though, because other armies do the same thing, but like in different ways. Like,
I bet you're going to compare them to Dart Reapers now. What? The best, one of the best units in the whole game? Oh, I'll compare them to them that have been nerfed with points drops and still amazing. Why don't you compare them about something normal like a Space Marine Devastator with a missile launcher?
Oh God.
Because you can't.
A Space Marine Devastator with a missile launch. How many points is one of them?
40.
40.
38 points.
Oh, they've 38 points.
Okay, 38.
Oh, so they're less points. They're less
7
points.
points less.
Less points.
And go on, explain the difference.
But you can get full rerolls to hit and wound on them.
And how many points extra is that? Another 150 or whatever
What?
for a Tractor Master.
For Gilliman?
Yeah, get them.
Oh yeah, full reroll. Oh, 400.
Yeah, it's about the same, guys. It's about the same.
Oh,
I wanted,
yeah,
so
crazy.
so we had the discussion earlier, and we're sort of 50-50 on it. We'll go over the rest of the weapons in a minute, but whether they get affected by the clan rules, because they're theoretically a Gretchen unit, do they get those rules? I mean, it's got the
Gretchen key.
Oh no, are we on about Kulthars?
Cultures.
Cultures. So
Yeah.
they get the clan keyword.
They get a
cultures-
clan, but it depends on whether they get buffed by that clan benefit.
Because the unit is Gretchen, but then it's like the mech gun is. But then the whole keyword has.
No, the
Gretchen.
rule that says Gretchen don't get the clan cultures says units that are.
Yeah, let me just read it to you guys. So this is my problem that I have with the
It's
rule.
under discussion.
This is the reason why I think that they may get cultures, right? Is because it says here. Where is it? Is it the one at the back side of it? Yeah, it's over here, I think.
Going straight to the rear.
Yeah, grot. So it says here, units comprised entirely of Gretchen cannot benefit from any clan culture.
But notice it says Gretchen in keyword, right? So it's bolded out. But when you look at the unit entry, it says
Gretchen.
keywords Gretchen. So it's got the Gretchen keyword, and there's no other. You know, like
It does.
Tau.
Gretchen, mech gun.
Yeah, but what my point is, with Tau units like crisis suits, they'll be comprised, and they'll have different. They'll have a different entry for gun drones. They'll have a different entry. That's a different unit, right?
Guys, I'll give you one guess which of the three of us is arguing for this. I think two of us are pretty set on how we would rule this.
And how would you rule it?
That they don't get clan cultures.
Good.
It's a Gretchen unit, of course it is.
But okay, so if
We played it without cultures. When I used the cannons, we played it without cultures.
I'm right, we did.
So
if they do get cultures, they become amazing.
they're pretty good without cultures.
Because there's one culture which gives reroll 1 hit, wound, and damage roll, not either.
Or it's and.
It's
all
and.
three of them.
So the tractor cannon auto hitting, reroll to wound, reroll its damage roll.
Then, in my opinion, at that point, you don't take tractor cannons anymore. You take custom mega cannons.
Okay, so what do
Because they're strength 8, -3 to your armour, and they've gone up to D6 damage now. They used to be D3. So they're strength 8, -3, D6 damage, but they're D6 shots as well.
They used to be D3, didn't
Yeah.
they? No, they still used to
No,
be
they
D6.
used to be D6, but they only used to be D3 damage.
Oh,
Now they're
okay.
D6 shots and D6 damage.
Right.
And now, if they can take cultures, then you got D6 shots, you'll re-roll one of your hit rolls, and any 6s will give you more shots, which you can't get with the tractor cannon, because it auto hits, so you can't get extra shots. But with the custom meg cannon, you'll re-roll one of your hits, 6s will give you extra hits, extra shots, then you'll re-roll one of your wound rolls and one of your damage rolls. Statistically, you should get more hits with the custom mega cannon then than you do with your tractor cannon, against pretty much any target.
Yeah, I disagree.
Really?
With all the minuses to hit out there, and it's out being only D6.
Yeah, but there's
shots.
not
What's minus?
there's
That's
not
what I mean,
that
there's no
many
minus
minus.
anymore.
It's just Eldar.
It's just
really.
a plane, an Eldar plane.
With
That's
the
it.
with the rumoured remove all the minuses off chat tactics and stuff and make it so they just gain the benefit of cover.
That's better.
Then I agree with you. Then it is. better.
But even still, I don't think there's
I don't
many.
know.
The thing is, you're getting D6 shots over one shot for a few more points.
If it's only
so-
-1, the way you've got to think about it, I think, is because there's no way of doing an average amount of shots on one gun, right? So say you're doing two tractor cannons versus 2 custom mega cannons, basically. 2 tractor cannons would get, say you're playing something that's -1 to hit, say like Raven Guard or a Wave Serpent, Alatok, something like that. Your tractor cannons would get 2 auto hits. Your custom mega cannons would get 7 shots.
Yeah.
You're hitting on 5s. So you get 2 hits, 2 to 3 hits. One of them's a 6, and you because you got 7 shots.
Yeah,
so one of them's a
that's got
6,
to be a 5.
and you do 2 re-rolls to hit because it's 2 different guns. So you got 2 re-rolls and a a 6, so you get 3 extra rolls. So you're getting roughly 3 hits, right?
Okay.
3 to 4 hits compared to 2. And then you're all re-rolling to wound and damage, exactly the same. But you'll get like 4 hits compared to 2 hits. So I think at that point the custom mega cannons become better than track. But that's, in my opinion, that's only if you can take cultures, which we don't think you can.
I didn't hear any.
And that's how I roll dice, and that's why I would take the tractor cannons.
Anything that's auto hit, I need.
Exactly.
But yeah, tractor cannons are...
It's the fact that it
really
also
good.
hits anything. I just think it's really good. It gives you options.
The smash gun and bubble chucker we won't talk about because they're not even anywhere near as good as the other two.
Yeah, not that
so
great.
definitely, if you guys are taking that, yeah. So my daddy, what's up, man? He's on the stream and he's made a very fair point because that's exactly what was going through my head when he was just talking. Then I was like, what?
Basically, right, just roll 5s and 6s.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
That's his spreadsheet in his head.
Simples.
You can't be good, be lucky, that's it. Be lucky. I'm not good, I'm lucky. I say that to everyone.
That's probably one of the best units in the codex. But we go on to battle wagons.
Yeah.
And
These
we are going to cover these
great.
because they're really good. We'll cover all 3 in
These are
one
probably
go.
one of my favourite things in the book as well.
Yeah.
I like the
Battle
look
wagons.
of them, so I'm interested to hear what Manny's going to say.
So I don't rate the gun wagon very much because
Why?
it can't take brilliant guns. It can pretty much take the same guns as a normal battle
wait,
wagon.
the gun wagon doesn't
Yeah.
take the good gun?
Yeah. So a gun wagon can take up to 4 big shooters, the same as a normal battle wagon.
Yeah.
It can take a cannon, a kill cannon, or a zap gun.
Which
Exactly
is
the same as a battle wagon. The only thing it has which is different is a periscope, which means if it's stationary or moves half its distance, it can fire the cannon or the kill cannon twice.
Which is pretty good. I mean, the kill cannon is D6 shots, flat 2, strength 8, -2.
But you're hitting on 5s.
So 2d6 shots.
I guess the reason why I don't rate it is because the other two are so much better.
Okay.
So basically, the gun wagon can have the same guns as the battle wagon and stuff, but obviously it's hitting on 5, so it's not that good. But it can't take the best thing about battle wagons, which is a death roller. So the gun wagons can't take the death rollers, but a battle wagon and the new Bone Breaker, which is a combat
that
battle
sounds
wagon,
awesome.
they can both take death rollers. And this is the awesome thing about them.
Just silly.
You would pretty much always put an hard case on your normal battle wagon.
They have 6 attacks.
Yeah.
So a battle wagon and a
3 to hit roll.
a bone breaker, a battle wagon and a bone breaker, you'll make them both toughness 8 with 16 wounds. So they're very good and they're dirt cheap for what they do.
Yeah.
And
How are
then
they toughness 8? Because they're toughness 7 there.
hard case.
Yeah, no,
If you add an hard case, it loses open top, so the Ork boys can't shoot out of it, but it gains 1 toughness.
can't shoot your pistols at the back.
damn it.
And
They
hard
become as
case
tough as an
is,
Imperial
Gang damn
Guard.
it.
so that hard case is 0 points as well. So,
Oh man.
so they're dirt cheap for their points,
Just
and then if
This
you
is
put a
like
death roller,
When I found out they were armor 14 back in the day, I was like, what? How many points they? Like nothing.
Yeah.
but this is the thing with them, right? So they are, you take the death roller on them. They have 6 attacks at strength 9.
At full wounds up until they go to 7.
Yep.
So you need to take
So they have 6 attacks.
9 wounds off them, or 8 wounds?
Yeah, 8 wounds, I think. But they're basically...
Add 3
No, you
to
take
hit
9 wounds off them, yeah.
Yeah, add 3 to hit roll.
You add 3 to your hit rolls, so you're hitting on 2s.
Oh my god.
You've got 6 attacks at strength 9 that hit on 2s. They do -2 to your armour and flat 2 damage.
And their strength 9.
And that's a normal battle wagon. The difference between the normal battle
They
wagon...
wound knights on 3s.
Silly, isn't it?
The difference between the battle wagon and the bone breaker is that the bone breaker adds another d6 to its attacks when it makes a charge move. So the bone breaker gets 6 plus d6 attacks, hitting on 2s at strength 9 -2 to
And can
damage.
it still take the same weapons?
Yeah, the death roller, kill cannon, cannon, 4 big shooters.
Yeah, it's a
You're not
quick
taking
with
any
death
of that
roller.
though, because you just want to advance. Because
so-
with your guy on the trike, so
Quick
they
with
can
death roller,
advance
then
and
that just has
charge.
to
me.
pay for the death roller.
But they both have to pay for a
You
death
take
roller.
R case and or death roller. What?
They both
Oh,
have to pay for a death
so
roller.
that's just pointless.
That one has to pay for a death
Oh,
roller.
okay.
But the battle wagon, you can choose to buy a death roller. But the bone breaker, because it's the combat one, you have to buy a death roller for it. So
Why
let's
wouldn't
put it
you
into
do it?
comparison. A bone breaker with the death roller is 160 points, I think. 159.
Is that with the guns as well?
No, just with the death roller.
160 just for the death roll.
Yeah. So it's 160 points for a toughness 8, 16 wound
12-inch move.
Tank with a 12-inch move.
Yeah, 12-inch move.
And if you take the Wartrike guy, these can advance and charge.
Do they auto advance 6? No.
But they can advance and charge. And also, they've only got a 4-up save, same as they've always had. So you would take them as the... What's it called? The Blood Axes clan.
Yeah.
So their culture is called Tactics. And units with that culture gain the benefit of cover even while they are not entirely within cover. Now, it doesn't say infantry units. It just says units.
Yeah.
Do you need that though?
So battle wagons will always have a 3-up save.
I guess it's good for turn 2. If you go second, you just use that stratagem anyway.
It's only if your attacker is 18 inches away or more. So if something, that's it. So if something's shooting you over 18 inches away, you have a 3-up save. But if they're shooting you closer than 18 inches, you're going to charge them next turn.
What about Evil Sons? You get an extra inch movement or 2 if it's a speed freak. Is it?
Well, they're not speed freaks now.
No. Yeah, the transports aren't speed freaks. I thought that was quite weird.
Only the new stuff is speed, like the buggies and stuff like that are speed freaks.
I think they should have made the transports.
Yeah.
So you can add 1 to their move and their charge. But I would rather have +1. I'd rather have always in cover.
Yeah, +1 save.
3 plus save standard is for a toughness 8, 160.
Think about it, right? Most of the things which have a 3-up save vehicles that are about 150 points or so are all toughness 7, and they all have about 11 or 12 wounds.
Yeah.
This is toughness 8 with 16 wounds. For 150 points. It's a transport.
It
can transport 12 models.
And
even down anywhere between 4 and 7 wounds, it's still got
but think about it.
Attack.
That's the Bone Breaker. You're only paying those extra points for the D6 extra attacks. I still think the regular battle wagon is the best thing because the Bone Breaker's 159, and a regular battle wagon is 139.
No, I'd pay the 20 point.
But the Bone Breaker also only transports 12 models, and a normal battle wagon transports 20.
Oh wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah. So you'd take a normal battle wagon with a Death Roller is only 139 points.
Do you give
it's
it
still
any
toughness
guns?
8 with 16 wounds, and then you can put 20 guys inside it. They are very good. The battle wagons are very, very good.
But one thing is that surprised me: the battle wagon isn't a dedicated transport. It's a heavy support, so you can only take 3. Which is why you take the...
Well, you take 3 battle wagons, 3 bone breakers, and 3... No, you're not.
But yeah, so that's... Cool. They're pretty good. Yeah. But they're really good. Killer Cans are...
rubbish.
They've come down in points, but they're not good.
Death Dreads rubbish.
Yeah, Death Dreads aren't good. Morkanauts and Gorkanauts.
Gorkanauts.
So, Morkanauts I don't rate. I don't think Morkanauts are that good. Morkanauts like 290 points. Fully kitted out, but they're just the thing is Morkanauts, when you read the Morkanaut what it does, it seems pretty decent for 290 points, but then you read the Gorkanaut and that's 311 points, 20 points more, and it's just so much better than the Morkanaut. The Gorkanaut is good. So the Gorkanaut has like 40 odd shots between its guns, so I won't go through what all of them do, but it's got like 30 to 40 shots with all of its guns, and they're pretty decent. But the main thing you take it for is the combat ability. So it is basically better. Most Knight players use Titanic Feet when they do their attacks, which gives a Knight 12 attacks. Yeah. The Gorkanaut, if it does that, because it has 6 attacks base and 3 hit rolls for each attack, it gets 18 attacks. So a Gorkanaut gets 18 attacks, strength 8, -2, flat 2 damage as well, which is also better than the D3 that a Knight does. Yeah. So it's flat 2 damage, 18 attacks, and then if it's a Goth, every 6 you roll gives it an extra attack, and you make 3 hit rolls for each attack with that weapon. So with your 18 attacks you should get 3 6s, which will give you another 9 attacks. So you'll average 27 attacks with a Gorkanaut at strength 8. That's very good.
Really good.
A lot of
and as we said before, you can deep strike the Gorkanaut in and charge 3d6 inches with it.
When you think that what's the Gallant, the Combat Knight, is 354 points, and that's 311, and it's better in combat, and it's loaded up with loads of guns.
It's pretty good.
It's, it can advance and charge with the gun on the try.
It can deep strike and 3d6 charge.
Yeah, it's
really
the combat
good. One. It's really
and it's
good.
got a little 6-man transport as well.
The only thing is, it has 18 wounds, not 24.
Oh wow!
Yeah, no, compared to a Knight, that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
it's
well,
the only difference between it and
well worth it.
Alright, let's go on to looters next. They're pretty good. I quite like them. I know Manny was...
I think they're okay.
and ahhing. I like them because of the range, right? They've all got an autocannon each. And they, as a unit, they shoot D3 shots. So having that 48-inch range is really useful in an Ork army. I like the capability of range firepower. But they are competing with a lot of other stuff which are quite good in the heavy support slots. So it just depends on how you want to play it.
Right? So I think looters are very good, but it just comes back to the point that you need you need to roll a 3 on their shots.
They're probably the best unit to use the double shoot ability on, because it only applies to infantry units. So looters are probably the best unit to shoot twice. And
second best unit to shoot twice.
What's the first best unit?
Flash kits.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and no, I don't think flash kits can do it. Actually, they're different.
No, they
have to be
because they have. Is it an evil sun ability or something? I don't know.
It's a chapter specific.
Yes,
one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So for looters, it's really good.
Yep.
They can sit at the back of the board. You can have a unit of 15 of them. So even if you roll an average of 2, you get 30 shots. You get on 5s though, which is a bit annoying. But with the Daka, you get an extra shot. So double shooting, you can kill something. It's strength 7 -1 flat 2. It's quite scary against some armies. So I think they're alright for their points.
Are they hitting on 4s or 5s?
5s. You can make them hit on 4s with that ability, but I don't know if that's the same. I don't think it's the same.
No,
it might be the culture where you get to reroll 1s.
Oh,
It probably is. That would be the one where you get to reroll 1s.
No, they normally mix up the strats though, don't they? With
the reroll 1s is bad moons. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad moon strategy on Reality Fire. I think it's something else.
They normally the combat focused one will get the double shoot stratagem or
it's
something.
Evil Sons. Oh no, that's the extra move one. What's the extra shot one?
Yeah,
Bad
bad
moons.
moons. 2 CPs, shoot again.
Time.
Unit can be used once per phase.
Bad moons is
Shot
the
on bad moons?
always gain the benefit of cover, isn't it?
Is it? No, I don't think it is. I think that's Blood Axes.
No, that is the one that rerolls ones.
Oh yeah, bad
It
moons
is,
rerolls.
So that's quite
So
good.
it rerolls 1s and you can shoot them twice.
GW did something that makes sense. Strange.
Yeah, so looters are pretty good.
Flash kits. So again, a unit I quite like, but these two don't.
I think their profile is amazing,
Great.
but their points are way too high.
Yeah.
So they're 30 points each. They hit on 4s. They can quite easily hit on 3s. You kill a unit and then they gain that bonus. You can make them reroll 1s.
With bad luck, yeah.
With bad luck if he's nearby. So the way I play it is you need. So although they're expensive, you put them in something like a truck or a battle wagon. They can't be walking on foot because they've only got a 4+ save, toughness 4, 2 wounds. They're quite squishy, but they're quite a glass cannon. You get them out, they're gonna kill something. So they get 3 shots each.
Strength 6, -2, flat 2 damage.
Flat 2 damage.
That is very good. The greatest thing about them is called gun crazy show offs. So after they shoot, they roll a dice, and on the roll of a 6, they can shoot again for free. So they're probably the best thing in the book shooting wise, because the amount of shots that 10 of them would get,
especially if you roll that 6.
and they can hit on 3s if you've killed something, and if you roll that 6 and they fire twice, it's 60 shots. With that profile is ridiculous.
So the way I saw these being played, this is what immediately came to mind for me was, if I was using flash kits, they are freebooters.
Yep.
So their clan tactic is, if a freebooter's model kills a unit, then every other freebooter's model unit within 24
of that unit
that killed the thing gets +1 to hit. So I would take the Daka Jets. I would take the Daka Jets because they have the clan. I would make them freebooters because they can fly over. They can,
pick a weak unit to kill.
Pick a weak front unit that's hidden behind.
Yeah.
They've got a good line of sight because they can move wherever they want. Then they pick on a unit because they get +1 to hit when they focus fire. They kill that and then they give that 24-inch aura to all these kind of things.
And the flash kits become really good, the same as everyone else when they're buffed. So obviously you keep Badrak next to them, and you take, I think, 2 ammo runts for the unit because they can only take 2. But that means like Badrak lets them reroll 1s to hit, and the ammo runt gives them 2 rerolls to hit as well. So you reroll 2 of your 2s and all of your 1s. So when you're hitting on 3s, you're probably going to get
Quite a lot of
25 hits or something like that, or
Really
30
good.
And
shots.
sixes gives
Really-
you extra shots.
Oh yeah,
as
sixes
well.
give you extra shots.
So,
So you probably get 30 shots, 30 hits on something, and when they're strength 6 minus 2 damage,
you're gonna kill.
you're gonna kill
whatever
something.
they're shooting,
You're gonna
yeah.
kill pretty much. Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill pretty
Maybe
much.
anything below, I'd say toughness 7, you're pretty much guaranteed to hurt.
Yeah.
Above 7, the thing is, even above 7, when you're on 5s, like
If you get 30 hits, that's 10 wounds
yeah,
on a night.
flat 2 damage, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Minus 2, so they're just relying on their invulnerable save. So, but yeah, we're
Pretty
talking
good.
about the
That's
flyers now. We're going on to the Dakka Jet. I think the other ones aren't really even worth looking at. They were bad before, they're bad still.
Yeah.
I think the Blitzer bomber, depending on its points, so I haven't checked the points on the Blitzer bomber, but it's only got 9 shots. It's got 2 super shooters and a big shooter. So if it's cheap, it might be good for its boom bomb, because twice in the game it can fly over a unit and roll up to a dice for each model in the unit,
Up to
or
12.
3 dice for each vehicle or monster in the unit.
Up to 12
Up to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for every roll of a 4+, the unit takes a mortal wound.
So it's similar to
Pretty
the
good.
Dart Talon's
Yeah.
ability, but I don't think you're going to use that
No.
often.
I think the Dakka Jet is
Because if you're flying
still the best
over
bet.
something, it's probably dead because you're not
Yeah.
going to fly again. So I think you just stick with the reliable.
The Dakka Jet's pretty good, because
18
it's got
shots.
it gets 18 strength 6 -1 shots,
Yeah.
and they hit on 4s because they're armed by Gretchen. I think no, all the Dakka. Oh, you add 1 to hit rolls if you shoot all of your guns at the same target, which you're pretty much gonna do.
Yeah.
18 shots at one
There's
target.
not many times where you're going to split fire. I mean, you can still do like 9 at that if there's like 1 model left and 2 models left there. You just go 9 at that, and just even hit on 5s, you'll probably still kill them.
Because the great thing about it is it hits on 4s. That's a great thing about it. When you're firing 18 shots and you're hitting on 4s, and you're going to roll a couple of 6s when you're firing 18 shots as well, you're going to get quite a few hits. So chances are you might kill a weak unit,
Yeah.
so that the other freebooters in your army get +1 to hit. I mean, then if you have 3 Dakka Jets, for example, and the first one kills a weak unit, the other Dakka Jets hit on 3s with
Yeah.
18 shots each,
Yeah.
and then
They could be really good in a freebooters army.
Yeah.
Really good.
and I mean, it can actually be pretty good to just take 1 Dakka Jet. If or 3. If you take 3 Dakka Jets, but you put them all in like just 1 detachment on their own in an air wing,
Yeah.
and you just make that detachment the same one that we're talking about for the looters.
Freebooters.
No, the looters,
Bad Moons.
bad moons,
Oh, okay.
because then all of your Dakka
But-
Jets re-roll 1s to hit,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s,
You got
and then
Roberts.
6s get extra shots, and then those extra shots will re-roll 1s as
The,
well.
the only time you do the other one, freebooters,
And
is
then-
if you've got flash.
I'm
discs.
pretty
Oh, I
sure.
see, right, yeah.
I'm pretty
You
sure
don't,
that
you just go
that
there.
stratagem. Oh no, it's an infantry unit.
That's
I was
what I
about to say you
said.
might make a plane shoot.
No,
twice or something.
that's what I said. The
Yeah.
only unit that's worthwhile for that stratagem is the looters.
Ah,
You could
okay.
do it on an Ork Boys unit, but it's nowhere near as effective as a unit of looters.
Yeah.
So you could have 1 unit looters, bad boys. If you're taking bad boys attachment, I think you
Bad
should.
moons.
Bad
Bad
boys,
what you got?
They're basically bad boys, aren't they? You basically take that 1 big unit of 15 and just go, well, if I get first turn, they're double shooting and killing something.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, for 2 CPs. I think that's it. The last thing
Yeah,
we
the
can
last thing's a
quickly.
stomper,
we
but
can- do you want
stompers are
No,
just
we worked out that the Stomper isn't worth the points because you can take 3 Gorkanauts.
3 Gorkanauts for about the same.
for the
point.
same points, which is just so much better. So
Yeah.
don't ever take the Stomper.
Even with all its big guns and
Yeah.
hitting on.
Hitting on 5s.
The way you got to look at it is 3 Gorkanauts will have 16 more wounds than the Stomper,
Yeah.
and they will have
loads more.
120 shots. One Stomper's not going to get 120 shots. They're not going to get half of that.
Even the super. So what I don't get is this super Gatler, which is meant to be like super.
Is it the
Gets
one you can
3d6 shots.
It gets 3d6 shots, but then you can
Super
fire it for a
Psycho
second
Dakka.
time.
Yeah, you can
What
shoot
does
it
Super
twice.
Psycho Dakka? In your shooting phase, after firing one super Psycho first time, you can fire it a second time on a 1.
The weapon can't
On
be
a-
used for the rest of the game.
On a 2+. Yeah, but you use a
On a
reroll
2+,
for that.
you fire it again.
On a third time, on a 4+,
No, on a 5+.
and then on a 5+, you.
Yeah.
On a
On a 1 to 4, you can't use the gun for the rest of the game too.
Yeah, that's still not bad.
Yeah, but 3 Gorkanauts is getting
Yeah.
54 shots.
It's
with
only
strength 6
because
-1.
3 Gorkanauts exist.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
only because it's
just not
against
worth
3
taking.
Gorkanauts. Yeah, 3 Gorkanauts is just better.
Just not worth taking.
Yeah.
Oh, actually.
Go on.
Oh no, forget it. It's power level 46.
Oh.
I was thinking if you make
Deep
it power
strike.
level. Actually, you know what? I think you can deep strike it. I genuinely think you can deep strike it.
Have that.
So obviously the
They're
stratagem.
not gonna let you deep strike a
Hold on,
sniper.
hold on.
No way.
Hold up.
The stratagem
There.
for
It's there.
deep striking is a teleporter. It's
Tele-
20 or less, but there's a chapter specific one
Yeah.
for blood axes, and you can do it for.
8.
Oh, it's only infantry. No, it's 8, no. It says 8 or less, but if you spend 2 CPs, power level of 9 or more for 2 CPs.
But it's infantry.
But it's infantry. I was gonna say if that was just anything.
There is
you
no
could put
way
something-
they're letting you deep
Oh.
strike.
Oh.
They learnt their lesson with deep striking Magnus and Mortarion.
You can deep strike 3 Gorkanauts if you want.
Yeah, why would you do that, Stomper? You get a turn of not shooting. And it's not going to die, it's got 40 wounds. Unless, I mean, even has he got an invulnerable save? Doesn't even have an
No,
invulnerable
you stand
save.
it next to a custom force fielder, don't you?
5
5+ invulnerable save. Not bad.
Castellan will still kill that one turn, probably.
Yep.
So
Well,
yeah,
I think that's
we've
it.
come to the end.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, we during the codex we covered a lot of the stratagems.
Of the cultures and
I
the
don't.
stratagems,
Do you think? Can you think of anything that stands out? I mean, what's that? Mordaka.
The ramming
So-
speed, that's the 3d6 charge for a vehicle, isn't it?
Actually, that's quite a nice one.
Oh, more Daka, yeah.
Mordaka with loot
For something like looters, yeah. So it
It's
means
really
5s and 6s explode
So
instead
you
of
can do
6s.
Mordaka and shoot twice for 4 CPs. That unit is just
And they'll be rerolling ones.
mincing something. You're getting loads of shots. Loads of shots.
Yeah, so more Daka could be useful on there.
Nice.
An orc. It's any orc unit from your army.
What's
as well,
ramming
so you can
speed
do it on
do?
anything
Select
you
an
want.
orc vehicle.
That's
you roll
select a
3d6.
vehicle and it charges 3d6
Yeah, so that's quite-
inches. That's
really
really good.
Get stuck in, lads. Is that attack twice in the combat phase? So 3 CPs attack twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Attack twice for an orc unit. You can
do.
do. There's Orcs is never beaten. That sounds so cool. It's when a character dies, he can fight it as well, as if it was the fighting phase.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really good. I think that's about it.
So that means your super mega
Right,
war
Chris.
boss could be fighting 3 times in one phase.
Got Ramsey, Chris, and Krish joining us, you right, guys?
Oh, sorry, one thing that I think needs pointing out is the Orc fight twice stratagem. Doesn't act like
yeah.
the other fight twice ones.
Yeah. Because
It's,
all the other
yeah.
fight twice ones say you use this stratagem at the end of the fight phase. You pick a unit that's already fought and that can fight again. The Orc one says you use this stratagem in the fight phase when it is your turn to select a unit to fight, or at the end of the phase. And it says select an Orc infantry unit from your army that has already fought,
So they
and
can
fight again.
So they can attack immediately again.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
good. That's really important, especially with that war boss.
Yeah.
Because he can immediately attack twice.
No,
then
it
die.
won't be immediately. It won't be
the
immediately.
next, so you
Because
could
he would fight, then you need to wait till it's the next turn for you to pick a unit, and you could pick that one again, rather than waiting to the end of the phase. So if somebody...
Yeah, so you attack twice. You charge, you attack.
And then they attack with something, then you attack. Oh, no!
yeah,
no,
no,
because
no,
all
yeah, you could
charging
be right,
units
yeah.
fight first.
Yeah.
So if you've got... You have to charge with 2 units.
No.
Yeah.
No. If you charge,
You fight.
you fight.
Then
right?
then it would be your turn again, because you've got another charging unit.
Yeah.
No,
Only
no.
then would it be your
No,
turn
no.
again.
No,
Yeah, 'cause you
you
pick-
do all your charging units, right?
Yeah.
You do all your charging units, and then because it's your turn, you pick a unit to fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's right
Oh,
in
yeah,
that they
yeah.
could just instantly fight twice.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because you fight,
yeah.
and then it's,
Then it's
your
your
turn
turn
to
to
pick a
pick one,
unit.
so you
because
pick
you're
yours
the-
again and attack again.
yeah.
So the war boss can fight twice. He can kill 2 knights without dying.
Oh,
He can kill 2 knights without
Well, no,
dying.
he can kill 2 knights guaranteed when dying.
Without dying.
No, when dying. As in, he can definitely... Like, you might be able to kill 2 knights without dying, but you can
Hey, you
definitely...
might be able to kill 3 with dying.
He's not going to get combat with 3.
You never know. But yeah, so so you can fight immediately twice. That's really good.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's
God.
really good.
I thought that was good enough with that before I even.
Yeah, yeah, before
I
we talk
explained
about that, yeah.
Jesus.
And you can get more attacks with the Ard Boys. More Daka's only in shooting in it.
God, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. So immediately.
Yeah,
that's
extra
really
stick
good.
bombs I think's not bad for 1 CP. You can get 10 guys throw a grenade.
Instead of
That's
one.
a lot of shots.
Granada!
It's a lot of shots.
Yeah. And that's pretty much
Unstoppable
it.
Green
Ooh,
Tide.
Scarboys. Scarboys is very. That's why my guys were goths. I need to look at the other clans to see which ones I want to take. But I think if you take different builds, the thing that you take, the culture you take, is obviously different on all your different builds. But because I was running a horde, I think Goths is probably the best one because their culture lets them on 6s to hit in combat. You get an extra attack, but then their culture specific stratagem is used before the battle, so you can use it as many times as you want, and you pick a boy unit for 1 CP, and that unit is strength 5 for the game.
Yeah.
So we end everything on 5.
So if you spend, I don't know, if you spend 6 CPs, you will have 180 boys, all strength 5. All getting extra attacks under all 6s too. Yeah. And so if you want a combat version, Scar Boys are the one to go.
And for those wondering, yes, Orks do have a Tide of Traitors ability. So
basically,
you leave one Orc alive and a whole unit can come back alive.
Yeah.
Is it still like within a board edge?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same
wholly
as
within
Tide
6
of
inches of a board edge, 9 inches away from enemies. And you can only use it once per battle. So.
You only need to use it once, to be honest.
Exactly.
Getting a free unit of 30 boys again.
Yeah,
You loved that, didn't you?
Oh,
But it is only boys
left as well. That was the worst thing.
It's bad when there's like 2 or 3, but when there's 1, you're like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. So that's it, but it's pretty cool. And then obviously the Warlord traits. We think the best one is the one that gives you rerolls to hit in combat and +1 damage.
+1 damage.
Yeah, because
There's
you want to arm it on your war boss.
There's no CP regen, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Where?
On a 6+. It's a specific one. Blood Axes. The ones that always gain cover. On a 6+, they...
So your Warlord probably won't ever be Blood Axes, because Blood Axes aren't... I mean, that's good for a vehicle list, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're not taking the War Boss. But then even then...
You always take the War Boss.
You want that War Boss flat 4 damage.
Well, your War Boss will... If your War Boss is in that bike list inside a Battle Wagon, you'll make him Blood Axes, but you'll never use the Blood Axes...
No.
Well, you still give him that Warlord trait
because
of +1 damage, and because you can give him that Relic Claw.
Orcs can go triple battalion quite easily, can't they?
Yeah.
Or at least double battalion, so you're always getting 13 CPs. So the regen isn't that big, because you only need 1, maybe 2 turns of CP usage to do the double attacks, whatever, and you've pretty much got the game by that point. So yeah.
Super.
Right, David, cheers for joining us. We're actually just finishing off now.
Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah, we're finishing off now.
That's it. We're at the end.
We're at the end of the codex, so yeah, we've been live for the last almost hour and a half now. So if you guys have just joined us, we're going to finish the video now, but you can still watch it back from the beginning and check out our review of this book. It's really good. We don't think it's like top tier Eldar level, but I think overall it's going to do really well.
I still think it's really good.
I think it's going to mix up the meta, definitely, depending on what builds you go for. I think we just need to play around with it. We're saying it's not great, as in like that high.
Yeah.
But I personally think this will definitely be coming easy in the top 10 at tournaments.
Yeah, easily top 10. You'll get a few Orc players in the top 10 at tournaments.
It was like you said at the beginning, it's a 4-on-1. It's a 4-on-1 army, is what it is.
But behind a good player and good matchups, it can easily win a tournament.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I say, it's not top tier, like it's no Eldar, but if it doesn't play like one of its bad matchups throughout a tournament, it can win the tournament. Yeah, it can win a tournament.
It's the same as Tau. Yeah. If Tau misses that,
if you don't play your one bad matchup, then
which is every Eldar player, pretty much.
Or there's a few matchups where it's like, because we've got to admit the 40k at the moment has gone to quite a lot of against certain builds against a certain other build will be like, if you get first turn, I lose. If I get first turn, you lose.
It's a game, or
it's a game. Yeah, so it's a few of the matchups can go like that. So it could be that you don't get your bad matchup, or you get one of those matchups where you need to go first, and you actually do go first. You probably can win a tournament with Orcs.
Yeah.
I think they're one of those armies. They're going to trick people. I think there's quite a few tricks in there that you won't really know. Like, who's going to think that you can deep strike a Gorkanaut 9 inches away and then charge 3d6 with it, re-rolling all your charge rolls? Oh my god, yeah, I think that's going to catch a few people out.
Yeah. So on that note, we'll leave you till next week, guys. We'll be back. We'll probably discuss any tournaments that have happened, any meta breaking lists that we've noticed, anything like that. But if you guys want us to chat about something specific, let us know, send us a message. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, send us some love. and we'll catch you guys later. Have a
man.
good weekend.
And remember to buy your Glasshammer Open tickets.
Yeah, well, not the Open.
No.
St.
St. George's Chapel. That one. Buy your St. George's Chapel tickets.
So the ticket, just for those who have joined us, the tickets are available now. It's on our Facebook events group, so go ahead, check it out, get a ticket, and that'll just help us spend as much money as we can, giving you guys the best tournament, really, making sure we've got enough mats for everyone. Terrain is being designed by our big nerd here. And it's going to be a great tournament, and hopefully we'll see as many of you guys there as we can. So we'll catch you guys later.
Good.
See you later, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. See you later.